We all share our planet with many forms of life. Amongst these are germs, bacteria and viruses, some of which we regard as good and some we regard as bad. However, they are all a part of the balance of life on Earth, as indeed are we, ourselves, the animals, plants, birds, fishes and insects that make up life here on Earth. The bacteria that we regard as good germs are those that inhabit the soil and compost heaps, breaking down the remains of plants and animals to create good, fertile loam, and also those that inhabit our digestive systems, breaking down the food that we eat to make it ready for excretion and back to nature. However, there are those, mainly called viruses, that can prove harmful to humans and animals and even cause death. In these cases, there is a constant war going on inside of all of us. Here is Pete to explain all about how it works and how you can help yourself.
Thank you, my angel.
Hey, Pete, doesn't the Earth look beautiful from out here?
Oh.
It makes you realise how important it is to look after it. It's our only home in the universe.
So this video is all about psychosupanataphysiology, which is basically mind over matter. And I started this idea of mine when I was studying medicine in the RAF. In this book here, I used to put down all the bits, as you see, all my notes about the heart and everything, and about nursing and so on, and it showed us how the germs and viruses, bacteria, could be fought by the body itself, and this is the sort of thing I did. It was proved quite popular actually, because I put the little cartoons, and all the other people in our class wanted me to draw the same cartoons for them. So this is telling you all about how you can help your body to fight viruses and infection. And we start with this little section here. When alien bacteria or viruses enter your body, your mind sends out an action stations alarm to all parts of the body, causing little chemical bodies known as antibodies to go to the troubled area. On arriving, there is a battle between the offending bacteria or viruses and the antibodies, and the antibodies usually win. Occasionally, however, the germs or the viruses win the first battle and you become ill. At this stage, you could help these antibodies by sending reinforcements by means of sending out unconscious action stations all over the body. This way, any dormant antibodies will quickly be transported to the trouble spot by means of the blood. So what's the secrets of self-healing? Well, there's no secrets at all. It's just plain common sense, really. But you've got to be open-minded to be able to do it. You've got to have faith in yourself, and above all, you've got to be positive. And this is how it works. If you think of your body not as one individual, but as a factory or a big company, and think of the brain as the headquarters, central headquarters, and you are in charge of that. You put yourself in charge, and you can then communicate with all the workers that are in that factory or big organisation and instruct them what to do. Just as our little character here is doing with his little computer, sending messages to all the workers on the factory floor or all the salesmen out there, or what they're doing. Get the picture? Good. Of course, self-healing won't only stop germs and viruses and such like, but it can also be used to prevent more serious things like cuts and oh, come on guys, get on, this is urgent. That's better. And also like heart problems and healing, unblocking arteries and so on. So you could do all of that with self-healing, psychosupanataphysiology. So you might ask yourself, so what's this Pete Perry telling us about self-healing about? What does he know about it? Well, apart from, of course, all the medical training, I've actually had experience at it too. And I'll tell you about how that happens. When I was a senior nurse in the RAF back in 1957, we had the Asian flu epidemic, and I told my body that it wasn't going to get it, and I tried to get antibodies to try and fight the disease. The result was that over 400 people on the camp went down with it. In fact, the whole camp went down with it, including my MO, and I was the only one that didn't catch it at all. I worked hard. We took over 5 billet blocks adjoining the sick quarters to make more wards, and I worked right through the whole thing. In fact, what did do me in was the fact that I got knackered at the end, and my MO sent me home on a week's leave because I was exhausted. But that proves that. And also, since then, I have had a heart attack, which because the aorta, the arteries were blocked, and I thought to myself, well, I'll try and unblock them to myself, you know. And although I had medication to help me through, the next time I went for a checkup, the doctors were amazed because the blockage had completely cleared, and they said they'd never seen anything like it. Likewise, in 1970, I had a thing called polymyositis, which meant that I lost the use of my legs totally. And I was given medication, but I found that they were giving me cataracts in the eyes, so I stopped taking it, and for pure willpower I managed to get over that as well. And then in 1991 I had a stroke and lost the whole of the left side of my body, and just by pure determination I survived that too, and now I have complete functions in my body, if you'll excuse the saying. And of course I'm 82 now. I expect to live a lot longer. Thank you very much. Well, let's hope you've learned a little bit about psychosupanataphysiology, mind over matter. I don't mind if you don't matter. That's a joke anyway. But now we're at the end of the show, if you like. I'd like to thank our friend H for providing the music here, and also our friend Rich Smith, who did all the special effects, and of course my darling wife here, who did such a great job doing the
Hi guys.
voiceovers on it, and for being my wife as well. My beautiful, beautiful partner. We're sort of isolated at the moment.
We are, yeah.
It's great.
Having fun though.
We're having fun, we always do. Anyway, so there you go. And I think that's about it, isn't it? We've got to thank everybody.
Nearly. You've missed a few people out.
Who's that?
You missed those guys out.
What guys? Ah, the main characters!
Yeah.
The little animations.
Yeah, you missed them out.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you, without which we couldn't have even done this, our friends, the little antibodies and germs and all sorts, and here they come. Well done guys, well done.
Yeah.
Hey, lovely. And there you go. So we hope you enjoyed it, okay? And stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe guys. Cheers.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. Have fun.
When you feel run down and you're on the ground and you don't know what to do, here's a tip that's nice, you can take a slice of advice we'll give to you. When you feel run down and you're on the...
Right, before we finish this little film, let's remind you that you've got to have positivity, you've got to believe in things, you know, you mustn't be a cynic, and on top of that, your diet comes into it. You've got to be healthy in mind and body, so an open mind, but you are what you eat as well. So plenty of fruit and fish and things like that, not too much processed food or meat, will help you to kill these germs and bacteria and viruses that get into us. So all that together, you've got to be healthy of mind and body. So keep that in mind. Thank you. Bye. And stay safe.
Greetings, Earthlings!